Okay, I just thought I'd spend a couple of minutes or so videotaping. Now, that's an old term, isn't it? Using a digital camera to take some video of the area. And I want to point out that this tree right here with all the moss on it, right in front of me, and right about here, right dead center of the screen, is where I actually saw the 11-foot high morphing Bigfoot slash whatever. Still questionable, but I would say 90% or 80% of the consensus is the Sasquatch, but a rather large one. And one of the things that I always find is when I'm looking at these pictures, I'm actually seeing distinct forms of the Sasquatch, but they're generally clustered together. I usually see several young ones hanging on older ones, and I can understand why, because first of all, they take advantage of the darkness of an area to hide themselves in it, and then by clustering themselves together, it further distorts the form so that you can't make out a physical outline of their bodies. And the thing that you have to be able to do, and it takes a really good eye, especially when you're using a computer to look at the photos, is you need to be able to separate the various shades of black in your eyes. If your eyes just can't seem to distinguish between a lighter shade of black or a darker shade of black, then you're going to have an extremely difficult time picking out anything, because all you're seeing is just one shade of black. So also bringing up the issue that it's quite possible, and this is not just restricted to the Sasquatch, but I do believe this is with maybe a lot of creatures we can't see. Our eyes are only designed to see a certain spectrum of the colors, and colors basically in light is nothing more than extremely high frequency radio waves. And if something just so happens to be colored or reflects light that is outside the band of colors that we can actually see, then the only thing we're going to see out of that is darkness, since it's just like our lights can't respond to anything coming through from the light. But anyway, that probably is one explanation. If they're able to change to a color we can't see, we're very familiar with creatures such as chameleons that actually can do that. And so it shouldn't take much of an imagination to see how maybe other creatures besides Sasquatches can also change the colors that normally they change the colors that are matching the background. But in some cases, maybe they're even matching colors that conform to a shadow, or even darker, or perhaps something we can't see. Not that we can see right through them. It just means that whatever's coming back, it is being reflected back, but our eyes aren't responding to it. So some people have really good eyes. Some people have certain ranges more so than others and can actually see things. I'm able to spot, in the past year, I've been able to spot some things that I can actually see the form, but I know that other people are going to have difficulty with it. So I try to restrict the pictures they take to, and even then I'm lightening them up a little bit, to basically, they have to be the best pictures I have, basically, so that most people will have some idea, or it doesn't take much for them to be able to figure out what they're looking at. So that's one of my techniques. And but I'm going to be giving a presentation next month. I'm going to start delving into more about how they're able to hide. And of course, you know, there's a lot can be said about how stealthy they are. There's a lot you can actually learn from that. Now, as far as the issue of cloaking, a lot of people have kind of snubbed that idea, but you got to keep in mind, as recent as some articles I've just read in Yahoo and have been released from a science standpoint, they have developed material, very thin material, that actually can bend light around an object that's actually wearing the material. So as science continues to increase their technology, these things aren't sci-fi anymore. They can actually happen. Of course, they're doing it artificially, but the point is that creatures can naturally have that abilities as well. So just something to think about. Don't never dismiss the impossible. Going to the moon was thought impossible at one time, but we're already been there, done that, and gone a whole lot of other places and have developed things that would be considered sci-fi just a few years ago. But anyway, we're going to take a look at our video to see if anything, after I finish this, take a look at the video and see if anything is kind of appearing or making its appearance. Sometimes the camera will separate some lights. I'll look in the view screen on the camera. It'll actually show some things that I can't see with the naked eye. So we're going to take a gander at it, and if anything pops out at me, I'll be sure to share it on this next video. Anyway, you all take care, and we just finished our last Barb and Gabby camp out for the year, and I'm back into our regular area. I'm a little exhausted, but I thought I'd come up here because I want to be able to get a video out here in the next few days, so you don't think that I'm kind of disappearing. but I am going to probably have to take a 2 or 3 week break from doing videos, because it does take a lot of work to do a weekly video. I've been doing a whole lot more analyticals on some of these videos. So you all take care and have a very, very good day. Bye.